You put a box of cereal on the belt. It slides across the glass. A red line, and then beep. The screen knows what it is. The screen knows what it costs. And the whole thing took about 1/10 of a second. How does that beep know what you just bought? Let's find out. Because that little block of stripes doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know what it costs. It doesn't even know it's cereal. Take the barcode off the box and look at it on its own. Black lines, white gaps, and underneath, in small print, 13 digits. That is the whole content, not the name, not the weight, not the price. 13 digits. And the stripes aren't a second thing. The stripes are those same 13 digits, written again, in a shape a machine can read. Once for you, once for the scanner. So the barcode isn't a description, it's a cloakroom ticket. A cloakroom ticket doesn't contain your coat. It contains a number, and somebody behind the counter has a rack. Hold that thought. We'll need the rack later. Here's one. 4 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 1. The first three say who handed out this range of numbers. Then comes the company, then which product. And the line between those last two doesn't sit in the same place on every code. And the last one we'll come back to. Together, those 13 mean one thing and only one thing. Not this box. Every box like it. Same size, same version, same number in every shop on Earth. Now, you've probably heard this one. The first digits tell you which country the thing was made in. They don't. They tell you which office issued the number. And a company can register with an office anywhere. A box made on one continent can carry the digits of another. The stripes have no idea where the box came from. They've never been outside. Okay, so how do you read a number off a wall of stripes? The classic scanner, the one that paints that red star on the glass, doesn't take a picture. It can't see the code at all. It only ever sees one dot of light at a time. A thin beam sweeps across the code. Black bars swallow it, white gaps throw it back. And one small sensor measures how much light comes home. That is everything the scanner gets. Not a picture, a single line going up and down over time. Print the bars in red, and a red beam scanner is nearly blind to them. To that beam, red ink looks about as bright as the paper. And here's the clever part. It needs the dark to be properly dark. But after that, it isn't reading color. It's reading width. Every digit gets exactly the same amount of room, 7 slots. Inside those 7, black and white sit in a pattern. 7 slots in, 1 digit out, which is why the same code works on a matchbox and on a shipping crate. The widths grow, the proportions don't. The scanner isn't reading millimeters, it's reading proportions. And the most important part of a barcode is the part with nothing on it. On both sides, there's a strip of blank white, the quiet zone. If a price sticker creeps into it, the scanner has no idea where the code begins. It reads a fragment, and you get silence. Which brings us to the thing you do every day without noticing. You don't aim. You don't line it up. You don't hold it still. You drag it over the glass at whatever angle your hand happens to be at, and it works. 2 reasons. First, it isn't one beam. Behind that glass, a spinning mirror throws the light into a fan of lines, crossing each other in every direction, hundreds of times a second. You don't find the code. One of the lines does. Second, the code says where it starts. short patterns at both ends and one in the middle that aren't digits at all. Brackets. And the digits on the left half are drawn in a different style than the ones on the right. So when the scanner comes in backwards, which happens constantly, it notices. Wrong style, wrong end. It turns the whole thing around and carries on. Which leads to my favorite part of all of this. Count the patterns in the stripes. There are 12, not 13. The first digit isn't drawn at all. It's hidden in the mix of styles on the left half. Which ones are written one way, which the other. The code is carrying a digit it never draws, which is why nobody has ever had to turn a box around. Now, the last digit, the one I said we'd come back to. It doesn't identify anything. It's a test. Take the other 12, multiply every second one by 3, add it all up, and the last digit is whatever it takes to reach the next multiple of 10. So if the beam slips, if a bar is smudged, if one digit comes out wrong, the total doesn't land on a multiple of 10. And the scanner knows it just read something that can't exist. It doesn't guess. It doesn't beep. It says nothing and waits for you to try again. So the beep was never the sound of light hitting the bars. That happens either way. The beep is the sound of a number that came out whole. So the till has a number now, 13 digits. And it still has no idea what you bought. Remember the cloakroom ticket. Time for the rack. The rack is a file the shop keeps. A long list, one row per number. This number is cornflakes, 500 grams, $2.49. That file has tens of thousands of rows. Every size, every flavor, every seasonal box. Finding one of them is the easiest thing that happens at that counter. The till finds the row, the name and the price come back. And now, only now, the screen can tell you what you're holding. And notice when the beep happened, before all of this. It went off for a number that came out whole. Nobody had looked up your cereal yet. Which explains something you've seen 1,000 times. Same box, 2 shops, 2 prices. Same product, same number in both shops. The price was never in it. The price lives in each shop's own file. So when a price changes, nothing on the box changes. One row, in one file, in one shop. The box has no idea it just got more expensive. There's one exception, and you've held it. The label the deli scale prints uses numbers set aside for shops to use in-house. And on many systems, the weight or the price sits right there in the digits. Take it to the shop across the road, and it means nothing there. Let's watch the whole thing once, at the speed it actually happens. That was it. All of it. Now again, slower. Before the box has moved the width of your finger, that beam has crossed the code hundreds of times. "12 patterns land. The 13th digit comes out of the handwriting on the left. And the last one brings the total to a multiple of 10. And the whole way through, nothing on that box ever knew what it was. So, how does that beep know what you just bought? It doesn't. It never did. It reads a number that came out whole, and the shop's file knows the rest. That file lives somewhere else. So does almost everything you use, but that's a whole other question. If you want the answer to that one, subscribe and turn on the bell. Next time on Frame Zero.